I've added my database. It has been encrypted. As you can see, I give it a name, and the database type is MongoDB. So the next thing, before we go into the charts, actually chatting with the Dabira AI, let's check out the billing. Now for the billing part, let's go to units. So you can get account for free, and you can actually always change your currency from dollar to naira based on your preference. So here we give out 500 free units on sign up, and we also renew this every month for all our users. So you can choose to top up your unit if you want to. They can also follow your consumptions here to know how you consume and what exactly is consuming most of your units. So and you can explore this later. Now back to the DB chat. So like I mentioned earlier, so there are different rules to chat to the DB, which determines what kind of question you can ask and what kind of response that you get. But for the sake of our demo, I use the CEO mode because CEO mode has access to all the data. That means you can ask any question about the business data and can get insight from it. So I just do this. Let me just select this default question that we'll have here. I can actually change this to something else, but let's go with this. At least a question I'm asking my DB now that I want to know all my business performance year over year, how the business have been doing based on the data I have in my database. So I can just click on this, move on. So at this point, the AI is trying to, Dabira AI is trying to study what you have. Do you have a database set? For any reason, if the database is not set, it's going to give you an error message. They should go back and add the database before you can proceed. But for this case, a database is set. I can just click on yes, and should move on to the next step. So the next step here now is trying to analyze the database to get all the tables that are available. So that from these tables, you can actually select. So these are the tables available in the database I've added. So for now, I can just say, shall I proceed to the next stage? Yes. Dabira AI is designed in stages. So there are a list of like 8 stages you have to go through to complete the chart with the bot. So that's how it works. Now, based on tables I have earlier, so he has selected these 5 tables. That this is the table he wants to analyze for this demo. Then I can choose to remove the table or add more tables. For this case now, I can choose to, let me remove this transaction logs. I don't think I need this. And this data is actually obsolete in the data. I'm not using this again. So I can just say remove um, transaction log. So I can remove and I can also add, depends on what I want. So, but for this case, I'm actually remove this. So it now give me the list of the final 4 tables I'm using for my analysis. So which is asking a question now, what's my business performance year over year? And I say yes. Okay, I just say yes. Yes. Proceed. Okay. Now this is where AI start running the queries. Different queries database to see to get the data that you actually need to make an intelligent decision about your business. So you can see it's running the queries, it shows some of the results getting from the queries. I can actually come here and look at the queries it's running. So if it's running a query that I don't like, I can actually stop the process. But you can see it's just running find and get queries or select queries. This is a MongoDB. It's going to be a find or aggregation query pipeline for this stuff. It's going to take a while for it to run. I want to body with that, so oh, it's actually done. That's pretty fast. So it gave me a summary of what is done and what I have in the business and what exactly has found out. So now say the next step is actually the idea of the Dabira AI is to generate a report for you, an intelligence report, or to generate a, let me just keep that going. Let me just say continue. The way that Dabira works is after you ask a question, you go into your DB to get out the data that you need, or the one you query up to get the data that you need to answer that questions. And then from then, it does the analysis of that data. When the analysis is done, then it can generate a dashboard for you. A dashboard that shows you business performance based on the questions you've asked DB. So that's what Dabira AI actually does. This could take a while. Probably I need to pause this video. Okay, oh, it's done already. So it gives you analysis of your performance, the data that you can mine, that kind of a thing, and instantly you can actually see all the informations and the analysis, the transactions, and each of them. So you can always come in to try trials upon this. I don't want to bother about that.